It is 2026, January the 4th. And yeah, just go with the flow, man. It's everything is emotions. And I'm just gonna be very unfiltered and say what's on my mind. Like day in, day out, like I scroll too much, so. And like, it was put very succinctly to me. Like it's just design. Like I read this post by a girl, and it's just like, yeah, only a girl could look at it in that perspective. But it really is just, um, like tugging at your emotions and setting your emotions aflame. And I just want to confess that like I relapsed again. By releasing the seed. It's really hard, like the first week, I don't know, man. Like once you think about it, like it's just lingers in your mind, and then it's like kind of like edging, and then you kind of and then the neuro chain starts, and it just spirals from there. And yeah, like it's a complete hard reset. And like I'm very impressed by myself that I like lasted 6 months, and then 4 months. Many times I've like held for a very long time. And those moments, they pass in a blink of an eye. Like they seem like a very long time, but like after it, like it's just another moment in time that seems like it passes by really quick. But in that moment of time, when you are like completely on your grind, or like completely devout with like all your practices and routines and habits, it feels great, man. It feels like you are like really committed to the cause. And but it's very uncomfortable, but like in terms of like having that pressure in your crotch. But yeah, I just need to be more loose, man, because like I know I can pull girls, and girls are interested in me. I'm just like, I just don't really feel like talking to them because of my gastritis. There's like because we're creatures of habit, right? Like it's very much about habits. And yeah. It's a good day. It's Sunday. The market's about to open. So we're getting ready for that. And when you do release the seed, you get very emotional. And then I like to describe it as like going back to the energy field, because it's like a complete hard reset. Like, and it's extremely hard to like just do it once, because like you kind of want to drain it entirely. And like once you drain it entirely, you really don't really have any you're left with a profound sadness, of course. It's just like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? But at the same time, it's like a hard reset, and then you like realize that your peace is very important, and everything is emotional, and people are very like just retarded. I don't really want to get into like the masses and the crowd, like, because their perspective and their mindset is like really fucked up, and that's why they're the masses. That's why they're the crowd, and is not able to do what I do. And I've been following ICT. His teachings are embedded into the way I trade. And, like, I'm sure his concepts are, like, incredible. His concepts are incredible. Like, just this recent example of, using this fair value gap. Here, let me show you. This I don't know if it's inverse or whatever, but this fair value gap here, look how precise that is. Very precise. Yeah, it's like here. Let me see again. Yeah, so like this fair value gap here, just touched it, did a liquidity rate on this high here. Let's jump into the lower time frame here. So yeah, just touched it, right? And then it fell straight down. Like that's all fine and well, you train your eyes to see these things, and once you understand your position in time and how things are very orderly, like how markets open and how the time of day affects the amount of trades being taken, you very, very much get a sense of the entire economy of like all the participants of what they're doing and how everything's structured. I take his concepts with a grain of salt. His concepts, like he trades on the 1 minute chart. Like that's the thing. He might be able to do it, but like I have to, like, there are times when you have to take a shit. Like you're a human being, and you don't know how fast 1 minute goes by until you like trade. Like these signals that he's using are they happen in a blink of an eye. Okay, like you have to be there watching this thing, and then like fucking place the trade at the exact moment if you're going to use extremely high leverage with like a very short stop loss. And like you might as well just go get a real job, because that's hella stressful. You're gonna have to sit at your desk from like fucking 6 a.m. To like 8 a.m. Like you're gonna sit there for 2 hours, man, and you're like babysitting your trade. Like that's hard work. You don't know how excruciating it is until you actually do it. That's why my systems are all automated. It was a necessity for me because, I have to go to work and stuff. And that pressure is gone. You're not babysitting the trade. The best is like when you don't even notice that you have a trade ongoing and like it just hits your take profit. It's like the best feeling. Because like it feels like free money, right? But it's not free money. It took a lot of hard work to get to that point, right? So yeah, that's what's going on with my life. And currently, we're in a position in gold for some fucking reason. And yeah, hopefully it fucking pulls up with the recent, news of the geopolitical tensions. This is crazy, man. I'm absolutely surprised that like there are like no fatalities reported. Like they just captured a fucking head of state with no, like, that's crazy. Anyway, so apparently it's going to cause the markets to become pretty volatile. Hopefully in the direction, like, I'm pretty sure it's going to head up as safe haven assets become priced up, because that's what everybody's saying. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I would never hold a intraday trade over the weekend. See, because this is what happens, right? Like a massive news event just is gonna shake the markets. So that's my mistake. Never do that again. But yeah. But anyways, going back to my life, yeah, it's cool. You know, and doom scrolling is such a waste of time. And like the Western world is very much catered towards people that are not like me, and I can like um. So I just need to learn to relax, man. It's fuck, man. Play some CS2. Let's play some CS2. Oh. How do I play with bots? I don't even know. Whatever.
Let's roll.
Holy crap, I almost fucking shut down my computer. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, we're good. Holy crap, man. Good thing my fucking computer has a failsafe. Oh, that would have sucked. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, it just really sucks to not be able to find a community that is very much on my wavelength. You know, everybody is too retarded. They're brainwashed. You know, and it's very complicated, and it makes me very sad. Very sad. What happened to the bots, bro? What the fuck? And that's precisely why, like, words are a tool. Like, once you have the right concepts and the wording, like, you can use these words to dissect the information and the situation. When you don't really know what, like, the words, like, to describe your problem, it's a very, very difficult concept to dissect. And, you know, so I just watched the Andrew Tate and Bonnie Blue interview, and it kind of humanized the porn stars a little bit, you know? And it made me realize I don't really hate women. I don't really hate, like, the porn stars. They're just a symptom of society, you know? They... Like, they're actually very nice people, and, you know, they're no, like, they're not normal. It's just, they... Like, they're just playing with the hand that they were dealt with. You know, they're taking advantage of the advantage of what they were given. And yeah. it just made me realize that I can pull these women as well. You know, they're just normal people. They're a little bit more sinful, a little bit more like they're doing nasty things, right? You know, but they're just trying to survive. They're just trying to do what they can do to like enjoy their life, which I really don't know, you know. And that just, you know, makes me feel not ashamed because there's like millions of people that have fallen into this like very like I wouldn't say heinous or disgusting, but like just a very lewd and lustful way of living. And you know, there are far more people that, you know, have done extremely debaucherous and shameful, like I don't want to say shameful, but fine, shameful and non-traditional things on the internet. And you know, like that just that just it's just the way it is. Like these people you know, expose themselves on the internet for money. And so like why should I feel bad about myself, right? Like if I'm a little bit of a lustful person and doing sexual things. It's like why should I feel bad when there's like a whole millions of people that are just doing like even objectively more extremely sexual things like that could be considered adultery, right? And I'm like in a very good place in life and I have like a trajectory that is like gonna go very far. I'm gonna make lots of money. I'm gonna have a very wealthy life. You know, I'm gonna have a very good life. Make a big impact on other people's expectations. yeah, these people that are not living these pure and innocent lives, you know, they're doing devilish shit, you know, like they can, you know, they're just people, man, deeply misled. I wouldn't even say it's heinous. I would just say that it's against traditional values. And you know, yeah, this coffee is really, really making me feel awesome. You know, there's no such thing as perfection, you know, in the way I speak, because speaking is a story, and you can never encapsulate everything in one go. What the hell's going on? No. You're doing a very, you know, I wouldn't say shameful, you know, porn stars, but they're doing a very lesser tier of work, you know, and really humanized them for me because, you know, they're just like normal people. But they're not normal, but you know what I mean. Like, no, you don't know what I mean, but it's just like they're not actually like antagonistic towards me in any way. And I wouldn't even say, you know, that people are antagonistic towards me. They're just, they don't know who I am, and they have to be protective of themselves, I guess. And you can like fall into bad habits and do terrible things. Wow. So I'm pretty sure it's like bots. Time is it? 6:46. Let's see if we can rejoin.
Let's roll.
Yeah, life is pretty simple, man. Life is pretty simple. Yeah, these seem like algorithms that like are trying to like farm points. Just hilarious. I can only explain what's happening in my mind, really. Like, everything is emotional when you put it into perspective. Even logic stems from emotions. Well, for humans at least. I'm not really sure, you know, it's just, you know, I always feel pretty lethargic because, you know, you don't want to, I don't have like a feedback loop, you know, I'm like always talking to myself, as you can see, and it's been a while, you know, I'm not, I'm not like, I'm not exactly, uh, like I just, it's, like, you know, I'm really good with my habits generally, but you know, as I've said in the beginning, I relapsed and it was a hard reset, but now we're gonna look forward to just straightening things out and not living a lustful life. And you know, like everything, the reason I had difficulty explaining to you why like the whole porn star thing and the whole pornography industry is like there is no relative perspective or emotions to really generate ideas off of it, but you have to put it in relation to yourself, right? Like these people, like I used to think, oh, these people don't like me or they're gonna reject me or whatever because I'm like not good enough or whatever. But that Bonnie Blue video, you know, that and Andrew Tate video, it just kind of opened my eyes a little bit about like what their way of thinking is. Because like obviously you don't want to release the seed and you don't want to like waste your energy on that shit. Oh, they're kicking me again. Only is I don't really feel like playing right now. Yeah. But it's like I don't really feel like I'm out of attainment from them, you know. Like I have to struggle with this loneliness and it's like, but I'm going to be going back into my daily routine of my occupation and then coming back and trading and then sorting my life out by making a shitload of money by like just accrue wealth like in a way that is intellectually and technically superior to how they make their money, which is through pornography or whatever the hell, like through illegal means, through drugs, through criminal acts, through defrauding the system. No, I'm doing it the rightful way, the righteous way, the patient way, the way of God. And, you know, it's painful. You know, I suffer every day due to loneliness and the inability to express your emotions and to express your thoughts properly. It's all a huge mess, right? Because everything is ordered around society, and if society is mentally unwell due to thoughts that are not properly like due to thoughts propagating that are not logically sound or only benefit a certain group or antagonize a certain group or excommunicate a certain group, alienating a certain group, then that is what happens. And you know, and a man's wealth is directly tied, a man's worth is directly tied to his value, which can be defined as his wealth or his status, due to his monetary status. And you know, like looks and social status are purely objectively based. Okay, you know, there are some certain standards that may be intrinsically more attractive to the naked eye, but that's still kind of objective. And true beauty lies in innocence and purity, and the kindness of the soul. That's the truth for sure. And you know what these pornographers do, it's not innocent, it's not pure, it's a lustful act, which is directly tied to immediate gratification and animalistic desires. You know, it'd be all great if we could just all fornicate all day, but you know, that's not how society is built. And there's a lot of shame that is directly tied to pornography and all that jazz. Because well, I would know, because it's like, oh, you're not well endowed enough or whatever the fuck. And women love playing games and stuff like that. And society is built by being civil, right? That's literally the definition of civilization, and words are directly tied to emotions. So I'm just going through the flow of what I'm thinking in terms of emotions and just trying my best to logically and scientifically label these emotions. And that's how I talk. That's how my words and descriptive sentences get formulated in a very logical and sensical manner for people to digest. It's just a very nice progression of understanding how words are made in the mind. So, you know, like, oh, it's a lot, it's a total amount of scarcity and shit, and like these whores, they're just like going through the path of least resistance, and due to the way that society is structured, due to recent ideologies such as feminism, where women have been given control of their own lives. You know, they are allowed to follow their own path and through this capitalistic society, and if they can extract capital by displaying themselves in a lewd manner, in a expository manner, then yeah, then more power to them, because you're just going to like yeah, because at the end of the day, I like the way what that Andrew Tate says, like, all women do is sex work. It's all sex work, like, unless you're unattractive or whatever, and you know, but at the end of the day, like, you're like, most of it is just is sex work, because you know, if they can't do sex work, then they're gonna do like other shit. But at the end of the day, it's all about providing for your woman, and because they want to be provided for, right? All right, let's just summarize the video, because it's very difficult to like talk about this and not feel embarrassed, right? Like, it's just extremely difficult. So we're just going to go here, here, to here.
Being a whore is being a whore.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like am impressed. Why can't I fucking ask Gemini to fucking... Let me see if I can do this one.
If you have an empty life.
Yeah, just summarize this video. You know, pushing them towards a more driven by a desire for money and provision, whether through direct sex work or through relationships with financially stable men. Is in decline due to the breakdown of traditional family units. It discourages their role as wives and mother, leading to reliance on government services instead of family support. And this is why I like admire Andrew Tate, because he's very articulate. He actually is able to articulate his concepts very well. And yeah, difficult due to changing gender roles and navigation. You guys are better equipped to suffer for the greater good of society, unlike women who he believes prioritizes personal happiness. Yeah. What the fuck am I watching, bro? This is why aliens don't contact us. Oh my god. You know, and I'm just like, I have to put everything into my perspective, like from my perspective. So, like, I'm currently bored out of my mind, and I'm just accruing wealth through the means that were given to me because, you know, I'm not a woman and I can't extract resources from men. And, yeah, like I'm just like looking at this woman right here, and like she looks kind of normal from this perspective, from this video. You know, like she's done some crazy shit, like some like really, you know, you could classify it as disgusting for sure, right? And yeah, it kind of humanized them for a bit, you know, and so I'm looking from the outside in, and I'm just like, wow, this girl's kind of like, wow, kind of a normal person. She's just logically following what society has told her to do, which is to lead us, like, just to take advantage of men and not do a traditional role, right? And she really is. I really like the way that Andrew Tate said it. Is like, oh, she's like the Wall Street banker of this whole shit, and that's true, right? Because like this, the whole girl boss culture, it's a very, poignant and kind of brash way of saying it. Like there's a deep, profound lack of respect for men, or at least in my experience, from my perspective. Like unless you have a status, fame, or wealth, like you are completely, it's just, it's like these fucking, like, I wouldn't say like all the attractive women are generally kind. It's the fat hoes, it's the fucking ugly hoes that think that they're like that like that are rude, and it's because they want to like pull you down, and because they know they can't get me, they can't get like a like a man of high caliber. They can only get a man of lower caliber, or whatever. And like when you walk through society, like you get these feelings, these perspectives, and it fucks with your mind. So like I'm like super tired of it. Basically, I don't really want to deal with it. I just want to live in peace. I I want to live a very humble existence, peaceful life, a life of worth living, you know, full of unique experiences, full of family and friends. And I don't want to, you know, live a life that does not like allow that to happen, whether it be through bad habits, right? I want to live a life where I am able to provide for a family. And yeah, honestly, the last 30 minutes of this video kind of like went off on a tangent that I'm not really happy with, but I'm still gonna post it. It doesn't really matter because no one's gonna watch this anyways. I'm done.